Hello and welcome to Perth Internet TV. I'm Stuart Webster.
And I'm Vivian Corrigan.
And we've got just about every base covered tonight. What subject do we not have covered, Vivian?
We've covered just about everything. We've got finance, we've got health, and my favourite subject, fashion. Not something you know a lot about, Stuart. And this time we're going to be talking about hats.
And we've made a visit to the Perth Abandoned Dog Society. We're going to see about breaking a world record on tonight's show as well. And there's loads going on, isn't there?
There is indeed, and we're going to kick off with a subject very close to my heart, and that is supporting our lovely local shops in a new campaign that's been launched.
Well, there's no doubt that the High Street is facing one of its toughest years for a very long time. Not only are retailers seeing that many of their shoppers off to the superstores, but also they're up against people going online. But here in Precious Sparkle, I'm with Dawn Fuge, owner. Now, Dawn, you've been leading the fight, the campaign for Shop Local. Tell us about that. And you've also had these lovely brochures produced.
Well, thank you. Yes, Shop Local is a fantastic new enterprise. It started with a Facebook page about 2.5 years ago. When I opened my first shop around the corner, I felt that we really needed to try to have a free and inclusive page on Facebook that all of the independent shops could use to post new information about their business, whether it was new stock or sales or celebrations, whether they were offering anything special or new, because we have a lot of very interesting and unique shops in Perth. It's one of the things that makes us quite special.
That's true, yes.
So we decided that we would start this page. It started very slowly and sort of grew organically by word of mouth. We invited lots of different shops to come in and give us their information, and that's really where we sat for about 2 years. And then before Christmas, we decided, although we had missed the boat for that particular Christmas, we really needed to put together some sort of shopping guide. And that's where the idea for Shop Local Perth Guide was born. Just after Christmas and after January and February and everybody's recovering, we said now is the time to launch it for spring. And in fact, we opened it up so that it's not just shops, but it's local cafes and restaurants and other people offering services as well locally, but all independent. The guide was produced on a not-for-profit basis, so it was very much a collaborative effort through all the shops, and it's been an absolutely wonderful thing because it's got a lot of the different shopkeepers talking to each other, sharing information, passing people, and passing trade to one another. So it's been a wonderful, it's been so well received.
That's good, isn't it?
We've had so many copies go already.
Because there's no doubt that Perth city centre does need a boost, doesn't it? It does need support.
It does. It's a unique place. As I say, we have a lot of very interesting and esoteric shops here, things that you might not expect. Obviously, we are mainly in the sort of crafting world and, you know, handmade.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of different shops like that in Perth. And that's just one example. People might not realize just how many there are in these different areas. So this is an opportunity for us to do street by street what's available, who's selling it, and, you know, a little blurb, a little picture, so that people can actually identify very quickly where they are and what's on offer.
Now, there's no doubt that we have seen a big decline in the shopping in Perth. Now, why do you think that is? And do you think the council could do more to support retailers?
I think everybody has a part to play in this, and there are many, many reasons. I certainly think the council can do more, but equally I think shoppers can do more. The council, I should say, have been very supportive with this guide, and we're hoping that they're going to take the ball and run with it, so to speak. So if we have reprints or other things in the future, they'll be part of it. They've been extremely supportive. They're certainly helping us with distribution. As far as what's causing it, well, you pointed out, you know, we're in the middle, it's probably about the 4th year now, maybe even the 5th year of a downturn. That's a long time, and people are being very careful about where they spend their money. I think what it means for us as people who live in Perth, if we want to support our town and our businesses and have a wonderful place to shop and live, we have to think very carefully about where we spend our money. It's all well and good to buy things online. I do it myself, I'm sure you do. I run a business that's partly online, so I don't put that down in any way, shape, or form. But if we want to have these shops, they need to be supported. So my view through Shop Local is do that first. Try to buy locally and independent first. If you then can't find what you're after, go to a bigger brand, a shop, and then move on to the internet.
Yeah.
That's the order in which you should do it.
Now, we can tell you're not from here. You moved here with your family a long time ago. So
10 years ago.
You're nearly Scottish.
Well, my family certainly is.
You loved Perth, didn't you? And that's why you chose to come here, because you realised it had so much to offer.
It did. And when we moved here, one of the things that we noted, as opposed to moving, we'd come from Edinburgh and we had been looking all over where we could move with the children and have a lovely place to raise them. And one of the things about Perth was that we felt that it had a lot of the advantages of a city. It had a lot of the bigger shops that we all like to use. And then it also had a number of very quirky and interesting independent shops. And that was true 10 years ago. It's true today. The difference is that they've changed. There's still a number that have been there 20, 25 years, but there are quite a few that we've lost, sadly.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's always a danger we're going to lose more if we don't actually shop in these shops, and hence the guide.
Absolutely, and really that's what it boils down to, is as shoppers, as individuals, we all have a responsibility to get behind this campaign and to support local shops. Thank you, Dawn. So I'm here with Katie Masson and Pete Moran of Elegance, and they're celebrating 25 years here in Local Street. You must be absolutely delighted.
I'm delighted, yes.
I'm sure when you opened you didn't think
No,
it
was like, thought we'll give this a wee go, see how it turns out. If it wasn't going to work, because the hat shop was going to get turned back into a flat.
Fantastic, and you've got a street party going
Yes,
on.
we
There's
have.
loads going on. How has it changed in the 25 years since you and your mum opened?
Well, it's changed regarding styles and, you know, with the fabrics and everything's all changed. And then Kate Middleton just done it.
Really?
Yeah.
In what way, Pete?
Just brought hats back and made them more popular, more fashionable.
Yes, for younger people, because I think a lot of people went off hats, didn't they?
They went out a wee bit when all fascinators came in, which we hated, eh?
Yeah, Kate Middleton's the new Diana.
Yeah, so she kind of, that's when we opened in 1988. That's when Diana was on the go.
Yeah. And do people still want something really quite outrageous? Or yeah, they do.
You get your same customers, and then you get the really customers that want a bit more off the wall.
Right. And it's not just weddings, is it?
No, but the races, Royal Ascot.
Fantastic. And I do know from personal experience, it's not just those with a big budget, because I had a wedding a few months ago and I'd spent a lot on my dress and shoes, and you helped me out and I got a super wee hat. Didn't break the bank.
No, we cater
it's all
for
budget.
everybody.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Well, we've got the most amazing cake. I don't know if you can see that, black and white here, absolutely fantastic, which you have made.
Yes.
So that's fantastic.
And my
so
sister.
I think we'll get a wee bit of that, don't you guys?
Hope so.
Yes.
Okay, definitely.
If you're really serious about losing weight, lose weight the Curves way with Curves Complete. I'd like to talk through the most effective weight loss plan that allows you to achieve permanent results without permanent dieting. Curves Smart is the most advanced fitness technology in the world. It gives you moment-to-moment progress reports. At the end of your workout, it shows you how many calories you've burned, and most of our members are burning up to 500 calories in just 30 minutes. Healthy food choices, 30-minute workout, and motivational coaching all at the same time.
So next week, our hit squad are going to be hitting the streets in Perth and finding out what you think about this very important subject, shop local.
Yes, indeed, we are dying to know your opinions, and you can leave them now if you wish. Just head to our Facebook page and click on Perth Internet TV and click like, and we will love you. Simple as that. Now, last year I was involved in, well, we almost broke a Guinness World Record. Loads of people, thousands of people turned up in great numbers. Vivian, you were there as well, with a smile on your face and a camera in your hand. It was the Kilt Run, of course. The Kilt Run took over the city for, well, the entire weekend almost, including the clean-up operation. Anyway, this year we want to break the world records because we got that close to it. So Vivian went out to meet the Provost, Liz Grant, and no one wants to break it more than her.
So Provost, we've just had the exciting news that Perth is hosting the Kilt Run again this year. What's your thoughts?
Well, I'm glad you think it's exciting, because I think it is as well. I pushed very hard to get the Kilt Run again this year, because I'm sure that we can make this an annual event for Perth. And of course we've got the year of the homecoming next year, when we're going to, folk from all over the world are going to be in Scotland. And what a fabulous event to have in Perth.
It really puts Perth on the map, doesn't it? And saying that, all the visitors that's going to be coming to Perth, how is that going to affect the city?
Well, of course it will increase the footfall to the city. And that's got to be good news for all the cafes, the restaurants and the retail outlets and all our speciality shops that we have in Perth. It's going to be great news for all of it, for everybody.
And now the Kilt Run itself, it's going to be a little bit different this year, isn't it?
Yes, we've rearranged the run. One of our councillors was very good at that sort of thing. And we've also shortened it a little bit, because we want to make it very family friendly. We want everybody to participate. So for a reasonable cost, it's a good family day out. And it also means that individuals, if they're interested, can raise money for their charity of their own choice. And I think that's a fabulous idea.
It is, but the focus is on the family as well. And there's going to be lots of family events on the North Inch as well, isn't there? Including, is that a tug of war?
Yes, I don't know all the details yet. They're not keeping it a secret, but we're still developing it. So it's a wee while to go. But you know, the admission to the Kilt Run's already online. You can start to apply now.
Absolutely. And do you think we're going to do it this year?
Oh, absolutely.
We've got to win.
Be there and make sure that everybody's got what they're supposed to have.
Well, I better go and dig out my running shoes and get practicing.
I'll make sure you get your kilt on. And let's see a nice short one. It'll be lovely.
You don't want it and they don't want it. The local dustmen, they won't take it. Hey, hey, throw it away. Chuck it in a bin skip.
Welcome to Bin Skips Limited. Ready to deal with your waste whenever you require. We run a comprehensive fleet of waste management vehicles, backed up with the resources required to process and recycle waste in the most effective way.
You don't want it and they don't want it. The local dustmen, they won't take it. Hey, hey, throw it away. Chuck it in a bin skip.
Now, undoubtedly, the biggest news story this week has to be the funeral of Baroness Thatcher. The Iron Lady pushed away the Iron Man. Iron Man 3 premiere was moved because of the huge funeral today that the world has its eye on. And she's, of course, made a big impact in this area, didn't she, Vivian?
Well, that's right, because the Conservative Party conference was held annually here in the City Hall.
A big lady divides opinions and creates them as well. So we decided to hit the street and find out what the people of Perth thought of Baroness Thatcher's funeral and her legacy.
I thought it was quite a nice ceremony. I'm glad it didn't rain and it was a good send-off for her.
Basically, I think a lot of people were a bit OTT on how she was in the past. I mean, she did a lot of good things for the people today, like the Falkland Islands, got their legal rights back for being British. Yes, she was a witch sometimes, as people say, but I think to this day, I've got a happy life and my folks have a happy life, and I think she was a good prospect for Britain, basically. She did her bit and she promised and she delivered. And that's pretty much it, really.
Well done.
If you've got over the top, I suppose, but it was okay as far as she's all right. What the lady done. She didn't do much for Scotland, but she did a lot for England. But that's all I can say.
Yes, Margaret Thatcher's funeral yesterday was quite something. I think they said it was the last state funeral, the latest state funeral since Churchill. I must confess I didn't see too much of it. Margaret Thatcher was in power during the years when I was growing up. It was very much a formative period, so although I don't have a political opinion about it, I think it was a tremendous event. It was nice in a way to see there weren't too many protests, and it's now a case of looking back at what her legacy was, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of people that will be interested in it.
Our charity spotlight this week is on the Perth Abandoned Dog Society. So if you've never heard of them, I urge you to take a look and hopefully lend your support in the future. And there's cute dogs as well. Oh.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure, Chris. We know how much Pads means to the community, and all month our Curves members have been raising food for the homeless, and we've gathered a whole £1,370 in weight, and this is the donation for the dogs.
Wow.
So.
Well, very much appreciated, and I'm sure the dogs are going to appreciate it as well. We're nearly full at the moment, so we're very happy.
Bless. I'm so proud to have got my own dog from you just a year ago today as well. So.
Yes, well, yeah.
Is he? Yeah. So I hope you can put this out to some good use.
Definitely, yeah.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you very much, and thank you.
So the hit squad will be out and about on the streets, and the big question will be about shopping local. What can be done to help and support retailers here in Perth? And we want to find out the people of Perth's opinion on that.
Every week we're going to hit the streets with the big Q, the big question, to get a general broad opinion of what the people of Perth think about the big topic of the moment. And you can get in touch with us anytime you want on the Perth Internet TV Facebook page. You can tweet this lady personally as well.
You can on at Vivian C.
It's all good. So thank you for watching, and until next time, that's it from her.
And that's it from him.